This is a Saturday morning TV log from Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. Welcome to another Saturday morning TV log, and this time around it's the Spooktacular New Adventures of Casper, brought to us by Universal Cartoon Studios, Amblin Television, and the Harvey Entertainment Company. Greetings, my fellow YouTubers. I'm the Big D, and this is Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So this week's Saturday morning TV log is the Spooktacular New Adventures of Casper, as it was promoted as, but it's just credited as Casper on the title screen of the series. An animated spin-off and sequel to the hit feature film of the same name, was an animated series that originally premiered on the Fox network on February 24th, 1996, just almost a year after the film was released. The film marked the first series to come to the Fox network courtesy of Universal Cartoon Studios, who had already done shows like Back to the Future and Fievel's American Tales, which aired on CBS, and Exo Squad in syndication. Now this, of course, was a pretty good series. I hadn't watched this in some time, but anyway, this brought back Casper to the small screen for the first time since Casper and the Angels in early 1980. Now, at the time that principal filming ramped on the film, a sequel was proposed and a treatment was written, but a combination of less than stellar box office gross, although the film grossed 100 million in the US, the budget was more than half of that total, and analysts predicted much higher earnings for the film. And the fact that both Christina Ricci and Bill Pullman were attached to other projects after the film and would not be available until more than a year later caused the idea to be scrapped. So the producers then decide to abandon the live action sequel ideas and instead develop a cartoon series to continue the story. The show eventually became a big hit for Fox, running for an overall total of 4 seasons, with the show ending on October 17th, 1998. Now, only 46 of the 52 episodes were shown on Fox Kids. The remaining 6 episodes, no, not 6, was it? Yeah, it was 6. The remaining 6 episodes later got shown on the Fox Family Channel pre-Freeform. Many of the same people who worked on this show also worked on other shows that Amblin had recently worked on, including Tiny Toon Adventures, Animaniacs, and Pinky and the Brain. Which, of course, Tiny Toons and Animaniacs were both formerly series on Fox, but now, of course, they were under the WB channel banner, along with the spin-off of Animaniacs, Pinky and the Brain. Now, the new Casper broke from earlier versions, following a sitcom-style pattern of one-liners and pop culture gags in a manner similar to the Casper feature. Well, with a little bit of addition to what we had seen in the actual classic cartoons and the comic books from the Harvey Comics Corporation, the show would also frequently break the fourth wall. The show used old Casper supporting characters such as Casper's spooky cousin, known as Spooky. Yes, a tough little ghost. It was a big surprise to see him and his ghoul friend Pearl, or Poyle, as rendered by Spooky's Brooklyn accent. I was completely not aware of this. I didn't know Spooky had a girlfriend because I had read a few Casper comics. I just wasn't aware of that. And finally, Nightmare the Ghost Horse, who, unlike in the original cartoons and the comics, does not talk. The show also introduced some new characters, including Casper's super loud teacher, Miss Banshee. However, aside from the titular characters, Ghostly Trio from the movie are back, which of course are Stretch, Stinky, and Fatso. Dr. James Harvey and daughter Cat, however, returned as well. And some of the few human characters as well. Now then, of course, now in the film, just like in the film, Casper is once again voiced by the same person who voiced him in the movie, Malachi Pearson. And he still does it after all these years. Now, of course, the same voices for the Ghostly Trio return, with Joe Napoli returning as Stretch, Joe Alasky as Stinky, and Brad Garrett as Fatso. Unfortunately, the role of Fatso was later taken over by Jess Harnell for season 3. I guess that's considering the fact that Mr. Garrett was just so big on TV's Everybody Loves Raymond at that time. Could be. I've been wrong before. Now, of course, Dr. James Harvey, who was played by Bill Pullman, was voiced by Dan Castellaneta on the show. Of course, the guy best known for voicing a certain Homer Simpson. This wasn't the first time he took over some big star's role. This would be the second time he did this after voicing the animated Doc Brown in the Back to the Future cartoon, from which we saw his live action counterpart being played by Christopher Lloyd. Yes, I will say he has gone to become a ghost therapist to find and make contact with his wife, just like in the movie, because he believes that she is a ghost. But he tries to do his best to get used to the ghostly trio, and as they call him, Doc. Now, Cat Susie, who of course has done numerous voices on shows like Rugrats, Captain Planet, and many others, voices Cat, whom of course was played by Christina Ricci in the film. And of course, like in the movie, she remains a loyal friend to Casper. Though she hates having to put up with the ghostly trio because none of them get along with her, always causing some issues. Now, Spooky, on the other hand, who, of course, if you've seen the old cartoons or read the comic books, you know he's mischievous and what have you. And, of course, he's very, he's visually very similar to his cousin, but has a black nose and freckles and wears a brown doiby hat. That's a derby, speaks in a Brooklyn accent. Yes, looks just like in the comics and the cartoons. And he's voiced by Rob Paulsen, who also did work for Animaniacs and Pinky and the Brain, as well as the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and others. Pearl is voiced by Miriam Flynn. Yes. Well, apparently, even though she is the girlfriend of Spooky, she is good friends with Casper and doesn't care as much for the ghostly trio as Spooky does. Miss Banshee is voiced by Tress MacNeille, who also lent her voice to Animaniacs, as well as Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers and other series. Very good. Then, of course, there's always the major big nuisances, arrival of cats. Please stand by. Sorry, I had to check my source and remember. Yes, Amber Whitmire, the major rich mean girl of Friendship Junior High School, which Cat goes to, is also in this. She's voiced by Sherry Lynn. But she also has a group of 3 girls with the same name as her loyal followers, the Jennifers, voiced by Debbie Derryberry, who of course also lent her voice in numerous cartoons like the Addams Family 90s cartoon and lots of others. So yeah, those are main ones as well. You probably might be seeing other characters from the movie as well, but that's hard to explain. But there's a whole host of other additional voice actors throughout the series. Unfortunately, too many to mention. Sorry. But anyway, the series provided us with lots of fun, hystericalness, and even a little music and what have you. Now, some of the episodes of Casper provides a little bit of the Casper the Friendly Ghost theme song as performed by Little Richard from the movie, which that was pretty good as well. Okay, now, aside from who I mentioned, among some of the other voice actors we hear include Frank Welker, Jim Cummings, April Winchell, and even Tim Curry. So, anyway, yes. Now, of course, this would be one of the two Harvey Entertainment companies, biggest entries to come to animated form. Of course, at the same time, they also were producing a new Richie Rich TV series, though that was produced by Film Roman, however, and it was much more loyal to the comic books and not the Hanna-Barbera cartoon from the 1980s, which of course is one of my favorites. But nevertheless, I found the new Casper cartoon to be very good and spectacularly funny. Anyway, the series has been released on physical media. There's been three episodes from the first three seasons have been released on physical media during the show's run. From 2000 to 2008, Universal Studios Home Entertainment released two volume collections in Region 1. The first volume consists of the first 5 episodes, and Volume 2 contains the last 5 episodes from the first season. And no further plans have been made to release any further DVDs of the show, which it is a shame, though. Anyway, now the show ran for an overall total of 52 episodes. However, most of these had a certain number of cartoons. Sometimes it's three, or maybe there's two stories per episode. But too many accounts, so it had an overall total of 143 segments produced throughout the show's run. So anyway, yes, if you liked the classics six and what have you, or if you really like the movie, then I think you'll feel right at home with this show. Yeah, I will say that you'll enjoy the Spooktacular New Adventures of Casper. I mean, now they keep Casper and the Ghostly Trio's designs close to and being as loyal as their live action counterparts. Their counterparts from the movie, even though they were computer animated. I think you get the idea. And the rest, I'm pretty sure you'll know who they are when you see them. But anyway, yes. Now then, another thing is, I'm not really sure if you could find the episodes though on physical media, but if they are available to buy for physical media, then I think you should feel right at home in getting them if they are at a good price. There is a way you can see some episodes. There's not too many. I'm trying to look. I can't really find many. There are a few episodes on. There's a few episodes on YouTube, but not too many. Just don't get them mixed up with some of the classic Casper cartoons. There is another way you can find episodes on the Internet Archive, and that's it. That's all I can tell you where to find this. I'm afraid this show's not on Peacock though. But anyway, I wish you the best of luck in finding this. This would be worth checking out every Halloween or every October, especially if you are a big fan of the 1995 film, and that's that. So, what did you think of the Spooktacular New Adventures of Casper? Let me know in the comments section below. If you like this video, consider clicking the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation, continuing to help support my channel, and you know the rest. And join me later tonight when I bring to you a review of the Schwarzenegger flick Commando. Now, something else might be coming up, but stay tuned. I'm not really sure, but we'll see. Oh, one other thing I forgot to mention before I end this, after Fox had success with the Casper series, they actually did some other two direct-to-video sequels to the live-action Casper film, which maybe I'll talk about those later down the road. We'll see. But anyway, again, tell me what you thought about the show in the comment section below. And next Saturday morning's TV log will actually be, for the next 3 weeks, I will be revisiting some of my earlier Saturday morning TV logs I did for Spooktacular October. Now I'll be starting with the original Sabrina the Teenage Witch from 1969. So if you like this, check out these other Saturday morning TV logs that I've done. Check out the Saturday Morning TVLog of Casper and the Angels in the upper left-hand corner, or if you would like, you can check out the Saturday Morning TVLog I did for another Spooktacular tune, although it's more of a howling good tune, and that's Teen Wolf from 1986. Or if you would like, I was thinking of revisiting this, but I decided to scrap plans since its anniversary was this past summer. Check out my review of Casper in the movie from 1995, now with a new picture in the bottom left hand corner. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe if you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., as well as the Saturday Morning TVLog. Then I'm your guide. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.